Okay, so today we're putting in a encoder kit onto a Epson 4880. I've got the whole case all out. I got the casing out. I've taken off the pizza wheels already. The pizza wheels are actually on this track right here. I've taken this track off and already, you know, taken off all the pizza wheels and installed this track back. So we're going to be doing cuts in and out just to show you, to make shortcuts for everybody so it's easier. And hope you enjoyed the video. Hit the like button and subscribe if you like my videos, and keep updated with my new stuff. Okay, so since I've got all the casing off and everything, I decided to run the power wire first. It goes from one encoder to the other encoder. I am on the left side of the machine if you're facing it. So I'll show you how I kind of ran it. So here's the power wire I ran. I went underneath and through this over to here, going to the top. And then I kind of, you see the red wire? I used some electrical tape to kind of hold it, taped it onto the top right there. You can see right there. So you're running it all the way across the top of the inside of this machine. So it goes through there, taped it again right there, come through, went behind this, behind here, over to here. And we're gonna go underneath and go into here too. And I'm gonna land right about here. So I'm gonna go ahead and run that and then show you guys. Okay, so right now we're gonna be putting in the power supply. I am on the left side of the machine, and we're gonna be right here looking at this. This four wire plug right here is what we're gonna be taking off and plugging it into the adapter and running the wire. So we're gonna go ahead and start. So I'm gonna go ahead and slowly wiggle this guy off. So he's out. And what you'll see is you'll see four, you'll see the little prongs right here match up. They match up right there. So we'll go ahead and pop that together. You see that? And we'll go ahead and plug it in. So it's basically an adapter. It just basically taps power. So we're gonna go ahead and plug that back in. So I'm gonna make sure it looks just like that. You can see that right there. The green board, it's pushed in. You got it's basically tapping in, and then the two wires right here are stealing electricity, and it's taking it to be used. So, and this is the plug. So we're gonna put everything back nicely. So I'm gonna put everything back nicely and run everything all nice, because I like my stuff nice and clean. So now we're gonna be running it back over to here and plugging it into the power supply. It's gonna be power supplying the encoder. Make sure you're plugging it in the correct way. with the two little prongs on the outside right there, so it lines up correctly. You don't want to fry this new board that you got. And there we have it. That guy is wired up. So I'm just gonna nicely tuck everything away nicely. And put this guy right here. Right there, and he runs into there. That's good. So this guy's wired up. I actually put the red wire onto the encoder already. And if you can see that, I already plugged it in, tightened it up, and it's good. So now what we're going to do is put the cables from here. This is, it says IC1, IC2, IC3, IC4, IC5. We're not going to be using IC5 because IC5 would be for the maintenance tank, and we're on the non-maintenance tank side. Okay guys, so I've got the wire run already. So I got it down, came through those clips, and I'm gonna land right about right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab the encoder right now and install it. And I'm gonna show you guys how to put the sequence, and this is the board that we're gonna be working with. These cables are already marked. This one says MT for maintenance tank, light black. And then the next one will say light magenta, light cyan, and the other one will probably say black or yellow, whatever it's gonna say. But we'll pull them off and you'll see them. Okay, everyone. Now we're at the bottom of the non-maintenance tank side. You'll see these. This one says yellow, and then so on and so on. So the yellow one, we're gonna go ahead and put into IC4. So put my camera down, and this is yellow, so that's IC4. It says yellow right there. Carefully put this correctly, match them up. You look, both silver sides are facing out. So we're gonna plug that one in. You see that? And that's gonna go into IC4. So we're gonna plug it into IC4 on this side. So that would be the fourth one right here. And so on and so on. So we'll just go ahead and do them one by one. So the next one I took off is magenta. Just take your time. You don't want to mess up these prongs on these ribbon cables because they're very, you know, fragile. So just take your time. And when you're pushing in these new ribbon cables, you push it in straight. Do not try to put in one side first and then wiggle it in. You got to put it straight on. So now I'm on to my next one. My third one is cyan. It'll say C on the cable right there. It says C. So grab another cable that is included in the kit. Push it in straight, run it over, and this one will go into IC2. And then I'm on my last one on the non-maintenance side, maintenance tank side. It says MB, so it's matte black. So when you push these in, just make sure that it's in there straight and it's not halfway out or anything. Just make sure it's in there. And you didn't like crimp the cable or anything, mess it up. So the matte black goes into IC1. Okay, so these cables, they're not going to be used anymore. And these cables that are over here, these cables that I had plugged in, so IC1, 2, 3, 4, number 5, the slot number 5 is not used on this side. You can just go ahead and tidy them up and, you know, do whatever you need to do to make it look nice and out of the way, so when you put the cover back on, it doesn't hit anything or, you know, what have you. What I like to use is just electrical tape and just keep everything out of the way. So I'll grab some electrical tape. And just kind of tape this down, and I'm good. I'm gonna do that right there. Got some of this over here dangling down, so I'm just gonna probably clean it up a little bit and just kind of lift it up out of the way. Actually, there's a gear underneath here, so you don't want to put it underneath, but there is a, you can see right there, there's a belt cable and stuff like that. So I have them there, but they're really far away from there. So, you know, just keep them away from getting banged up or anything like that. And there you go. Those are not going to get any electrical signal or anything, so they are okay as they are right there. If you want, you can just tape them up just in case, you know, you are scared that it's going to touch or what have you. I just tuck them behind and just, you know, go ahead and tape them down to other cables. Make sure it's not touching any gears or anything, and there you go. So this side is completed. It's done. You've got your red wire that's bringing power from this side to the other side. It's got power being tapped over from the power tap that we had put in, and we're good on this side. So, and it's all ran over to the other side. So we're going to go ahead and see the other side now. Okay, so now we're on the maintenance tank side of this machine, and you know, previously I already showed you that the wire is already all run, and the non-maintenance side is already taken care of. So now we're going to plug in these on this side. So same thing, we have got a IC1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can see IC1 is on top, 2, 3, 4, and number 5 is maintenance tank. So we're going to plug that into the maintenance tank. And again, IC1 goes into black, and then so vice versa going all the way down. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. And your cables that you're replacing are down here. The first one is LK, so that's light black, maintenance tank. You know, so we're going to go from there and go on. So we have light black and we have light black. And let me just double check. So the black is on top. That's the first one on top. So the black is going to go to number 1. Okay, so here we go. And like I said, remember, do them one by one. Since I have this, it's easy to get to, so I'm just going to plug in the first one on top here. And I'm going to take off the first one on top, which is black on the actual original main board here. Plug them in correctly, plug them in straight like I said. And realistically, these cables are all, you know, shaped to fit in the right spot, so you can really, you know, pretty much tell what's next. But We got light cyan that's next. And that goes into number 2 slot. And again, I'm gonna bring you guys down here, and you'll see I already plugged the first one in. This is the second one, third, fourth, and the maintenance tank is right here. So I'm on my next one. So number 2. And remember, when you're plugging these cables in, you press it in straight. Don't go in sideways, etc., etc. You're gonna see the pins on the board and where you're putting the cables in, and just make sure that the metal side of the cable is touching those pins and you don't put it in backwards. I mean, I've seen a lot of people put it in backwards and say, "Oh man, I don't know what's going on. My encoder's not working." Blah 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 blah, and that would probably be your first problem to look at. So you see I've got them all plugged in, and I'm gonna go plug them in over here. And the last one is gonna be your maintenance tank. This is the maintenance tank, MT. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug that in. Okay, so everybody's plugged in right now. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and tuck all these wires and stuff and make sure that they're kind of out of the way. Like I said, I like to use electrical tape. Works really well for me. So it's really up to you, your preference. But the main objective is to just try to keep everything out of the way. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tape this up a little bit, keep them together first, and then I'm just gonna tuck them up somewhere. I can actually put them underneath these clips here that are underneath where I ran the red wire too. So, if you want to see, I've kind of got them underneath that clip. It's right there underneath the clip, and it wraps around, and it's up to there. So you're ready. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug my main panel back in, and then fire it up. And when there's a green light on each side of these decoders, then you're good. Okay guys, so I went ahead and put the control panel back on, plugged it in, put my maintenance carts in, and I turned on the machine. I'll show you that the encoders are green on both sides. Yay. So I'm just gonna wait for it to go ahead and do its thing. It's encoding now. It usually does take a little time. It says non-genuine. So you just go press this 5 times downwards. It says continue, yes. Oh yeah, press it, yeah, 5 times. Wait to say, go say yes. And then do it again, 2, 3, 4, 5, accept. Boom, we're good. Yep, we're gravy avy. So after this, I will do a bunch of cleans, flushes, clean out all this fluid, all these inks out of my system, and you know, flush all of that crap out, and we're gonna have a good DTF machine. Thank you guys. Remember to click likes and subscribe, and see you guys in the next instructional video that I'll be doing on more of these Epson 4 series machines, and hopefully keep DTFing, guys. Have a good one.